Hey everyone, before we get into the detail of what we're about to do to this car here in Scott's Dryce Lab, I want to talk to you about something that's coming up. We're going to be doing something a little different starting January 12th. It's going to run January through the end of February. The plan is to do a giveaway of the entry-level dry ice machine. And it's going to include several things. First, it's going to include a plane ticket here to go to dinner with Scott and I. We're going to bring you down to the Dryce Lab, train you on the system. We're going to give you a machine. We're going to also set you up with a basic air compressor system to get your feet wet in dry ice cleaning. And the way that we're going to do that is you're going to be able to purchase, we're going to try this, digital entries on obsessgarage.com. Every $5 you spend gets an entry. I suspect you're going to have very, very high odds of winning this. Whether you're an enthusiast like me in the garage, you're a professional detailer, or you want to start to get your feet wet into the world of dry ice cleaning and doing stuff like what we did to this car, what you're about to see in this video, we're gonna create this giveaway path to try to hopefully create some buzz, get some more people understanding this, and get you a chance to get, this is now a $7,000 machine, and then a several, $4,000, $5,000, $6,000 desk and dryer, air compressor, get you all set up with all the equipment you need. So I just wanted to privy you to that before it comes up in a few weeks, but be prepared. I'll make a dedicated video talking about all the details of it, but wanted to let you know about that. We're excited for it, but let's get into dialing in this GT3 RS. It's going to be awesome.
So you might remember, if you saw DryceNation 2022 video, Matt and I walked over to this pelletizer that I bought. It's been a long haul to get to this point, but we're about to make dry ice finally here at the Dryce Lab.
Like right now?
Like now. Well,
and within the hour?
If the technician got it all right, and the company that built the machine got it right, and the liquid CO2 guys got it right.
So all that oil went in that tank?
All for hydraulics.
Oh, and then it just plumbs all the lines and all that? Am I burning because I got some on my arms? Is that what that is?
You should have wore a long sleeve shirt. Yeah, so what's going to happen here is we've got it's about 4,000 pounds of liquid CO2 in here. That's a vacuum tank, just like your thermos that you might have had in school. And, dry ice is made from liquid CO2, so CO2 exists in three forms: gas, liquid, and solid. So we're about to run some liquid CO2 into this chamber that is going to be compacted with this hydraulic cylinder, and it's going to be expressed through a die, just like your Play-Doh machine or your pasta maker inside this space. 3mm holes. It's going to compact about 1 inch and change of material right near the die first to act as kind of like a gate, and then it'll start packing dry ice through this liquid CO2 entrance right here. So when you present liquid CO2 not under pressure, it turns to snow. So currently it's about, let's walk over and look, it's probably about 210 psi, not even 200 yet. We're 90% full. As this sits here, it will continue to increase in temperature if we don't use it. It'll get up to 350 psi, and if I don't vent it, these safety valves will vent outside. So you can lose this liquid CO2 if you don't use it. If this had a refrigeration unit in it, it wouldn't do that. This particular model is more of a temporary solution for using liquid CO2. So liquid CO2 is filled from the outside, runs over to the machine. When it's no longer under pressure, then it turns to snow. Well, snow is a good start, but it's soft, and it's not the kind of power we need, and it's not high density compacted product. So in order for us to have the benefit of high density dry ice, we got to compact it, which is what will happen here. The first, actually, I actually got to put a steel plate down, aluminum plate down on the floor, because the first 3 or 4 pounds is not quality stuff. The machine is getting up and running, and so it's going to make some snow and some frosty business that we actually don't want in the bin. So I have to honor my tech here and move this out of the way and go get my aluminum plate. And there we go. Matt, are we about ready?
We're ready to go.
This is Matt from Coldjet, going to fire up the pelletizer first time in over a year.
Okay, so we'll go to the automatic here. You got your play button just like you would any other machine. Hit the play button. First thing it did was it opened our solenoid and the incoming liquid valve. So now it's going to bring the liquid in while it's cycling the hydraulics.
The dreaded gold triangle.
It's always important to open your liquid tank before you try to make some dry ice. So we should do that first.
I'm happy to do that. You ready?
I am ready for
Oh, that's not good.
it. Okay,
We got a leak.
that's all right.
Yeah, I just need a wrench to tighten this fitting up. I can't believe I paid $1,400 for the hot fill technician to come out here and make sure I had no leaks. And he didn't check. He didn't check.
The exit.
I don't know. Sounds like there was one or two as well.
Not only is it leaking, it's like super loose.
Yeah, right there.
Another one?
Yeah.
So, in order for me to, this is where it's leaking right here?
Right there's where it's leaking.
Oh, you're thinking just one quarter turn?
I highly doubt
I don't think so, yeah.
Well, if you just, I don't bet you if you just turn that.
No, I can't just turn it.
Yeah.
I got bigger wrenches. All right, I'll hold this and get that thing on point.
There it goes. That fitting was tight. The one that we did.
That wasn't the problem. You can turn the AC down now, honey. Now I'm starting to sweat. Now we lose Matt. He just took off.
He went to look for a
Fitting.
Yeah.
All right, so we got that. So now,
Let me put this on the bottom.
holy moly.
It's pulling them.
Yeah, it would be blowing right now. If we hadn't. I got to go bigger wrench.
So
What's that?
come this bit on this way. But yeah, I get a bigger one and then we come
Well, let's do
around.
this here. Wait, I got an idea.
And I think you should probably hold both sides
Here.
so you can kind of manage it. Yeah, that'd be better.
Ready? Got it. Yeah, it certainly wasn't for lack of tightness.
They're supporting.
Why do you think that was leaking aside from, you think it's just tape?
Yeah.
Thought real men weren't supposed to use adjustable wrenches.
Never heard it. Not a part of my
That's what they always tell
repertoire.
me on all the videos. Kind of real man uses adjustable wrenches. I never even used it. It was like, you know, somebody else was or something.
Okay, we're taking you home, sister.
A little cross-threaded. You just got to drive it
Just go for it, yeah. That's what the pipe dope's for. How much pressure is this under?
Oh, that side of it?
Yeah.
Not much. It's relieving the vapor out,
There you go.
which is why you get the escape like you do, because it's just the gas.
Okay. Okay, let's find the next leak.
All right. Ready to give a little test?
Not really, but go ahead. Wait, I don't want this stuff to blow in my face.
pressure, and we got no leaks.
Clean.
Oh,
Good
man.
work.
Whew.
Now we should be getting, yeah, our CO2 pressure is at 12.7, 12.8 bar. So right now you're going to get mostly vapor out during the startup, because it's got to pressurize the lines and bring everything down to temperature. You actually kind of see on the lines, as you can see here, you start to get a little frost build up. You'll start to see that little bit of gas coming off the lines. That's how you know you're getting liquid in. With everything being so close, I don't depend on it taking too long.
Okay.
Step back in case it blows, and I'm in there. I'm behind. I can duck.
Get behind the guard. You can duck down.
And if I can drop.
Talking about the hydraulic shift
Yes.
point. So you can see as it's building its pillow, it's trying to get up to around 50 millimeters. These are millimeters.
Okay.
So it's trying to get up to around 50 millimeters before it'll shift from the pillow building valve into your production building valve.
Hydraulic motor.
Okay.
Cavitated the pump maybe. New oil.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
it just went to that shift.
Yeah.
That's
Called for a lot. The pressure wasn't there. Shut it down.
Yeah, because it goes from to extrude, it's a high flow, low pressure, and then it goes to a low flow, high pressure to extrude out the die. And based on what we're just seeing there. Again, and with it sitting as long as it did, you know, the oil falling.
Right.
And then what it's doing is it injects the snow behind it, it compresses that snow into a pillow while extruding the old pillow out.
Okay.
So you have 30 millimeters sitting there, you inject, you create a new 30 millimeters, extrude the old 30 millimeters, leave the new there. And that's why you get the snow on the ground at first.
Right, because it's just
There's no
dust.
plug there to stop it.
Yep.
Until it builds, that's why it uses the other valve, because the other valve's wide open. It's putting as
Blowing.
much liquid as it can in there. Where this valve, now the injection valve, we kind of have a peak of, you know, two lines
two
crossing.
meet. Yeah.
You don't want to inject it too fast into the snow chamber.
Right.
Because if I inject really hard and fast, I'm going to gas off a lot. But then I don't want to inject too slow, because then you're not going to make any ice.
Is it length of shard that could be an indicator of you're ready to actually keep the ice?
Now you're ready to keep ice.
Right.
As well.
I just noticed the difference in the sound there.
Yeah.
I slowed down, so there's a VFD in there.
Yep.
I'm slowing down the hertz of the motor, because the extrusion speed out the die also helps with the density of the ice.
So if you're slower, higher density.
Better quality ice. So right now, this is what I want to see. I honestly, I want this stuff to get, you know,
That long.
just when it holds together that long, that means I can pull it out and I can bend it a little like that. If I just do that and it's breaking instantly, it's not good dense ice. You want to be able to bend it, make a smiley face out of it.
Really?
Yeah.
That's counterintuitive to what you would expect.
Right.
You'd think that high density would be brittle.
Yeah.
So what's the property that causes that difference, do you know?
I don't.
It's science.
I'll be 100. That's to the side of it that it's kind of one of those I want to look into, but
Like this piece here, that's cool.
Guys with the 16 mil. But that's the stuff you want to see right there.
Oh, that's cool. Look at this.
Warping of your plate warp.
But as I was telling you, you can look in here and you can see your capacity is, you know, about 20 pounds, 20 kilograms, so 40 pounds an hour low
From
nameplate.
the actual machine's capacity.
Yes, and with your liquid setup like you have, there is no reason if I adjusted everything that you shouldn't be able to reach nameplate all the time.
If I needed to.
If you needed to.
Yes. Well, I don't need it ever.
Because this is honestly the only thing I would have done different is I would have moved that ball valve up on top of the tank and ran my pipe straight across.
Instead of going down and then back up.
Yeah, because you added in 1, 2, 3, 4 90s, 5 90s.
Unnecessarily.
Unnecessarily.
And they just did it because the tank came with this here.
Yeah.
So we'll make about 100 pounds an hour.
Yeah.
Would be your estimate?
No,
more than
sorry,
that.
200 pounds
200
an hour.
pounds an hour, yeah. So if I want to run 150, 200 pounds, not detrimental, the quality of the ice is not going to suffer. Okay.
Just shut off right now and we can be done for the day and you can run it for another 15 minutes every day this week. And you're still, it's
that
startup.
first startup, that plug, building that plug, what do you call it?
The plug, yeah.
The plug, yeah. Build that plug of 2 inches. And then when I see shards coming out of here this long or more, put my bin under there.
Yeah. And if you're, if all you needed was 1 scoop of dry ice today and
Could
1
do that
scoop
too.
tomorrow, make your 1 scoop today, shut it down, go home, come back, start up. Once it's cooled down, chilled down, I built my plug and I got my strands coming out. I want to make all the ice I need for maybe 48 hours.
Every startup, you're wasting 2 pounds, 3 pounds of liquid?
Probably closer to 10 pounds.
10 pounds.
Because you're...
So,
It's like priming a paint sprayer. You waste
Yeah.
a freaking quarter gallon of paint just to get it primed.
right.
Because like I said, when we shut this off, it closes my ball valve right at the top of the machine and empties all the liquid out of here. All the liquid out of there is going to turn to gas overnight. So from that ball valve...
Do I ever have to shut that off?
Yes, I would shut that off every time.
Every time you're done. Both of them?
No, I leave my vapor supply
vapor on?
because that is running all the valves and everything. But I shut the liquid off because one of these fittings breaks. It's just like the vent for the tank.
Of course.
If something doesn't close right, you've wasted all
All
that
of
liquid.
it. And maybe risk your machine. So 10 pounds at, say, 35 cents. So every time I start it, it's $3 to $5.
Exactly. Yes,
Yeah.
that's a great. Yep.
But the beauty is, now I don't have to buy ice on Wednesday, so that it can sublimate and go bad, and then use it on Tuesday, because that's as soon as I can get it.
Yeah. Well, then I'm going to fix it right, and then I'm going to make my ice.
So what we discovered after 1 year of running, we took our annual purchase of dry ice from Airgas and overlaid it to our hourly rate that we charged through the year, 28%. I used 28% of the ice
That you've actually purchased.
that actually charged people per hour. So with this, that should go to 95%.
Once you get your timing down. and all-
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, so I did some TIG brushing this afternoon or this morning. Finished kind of this section here. Look how freaking cool that is. We've kind of jumping around here on the. I knew we would be doing this in the vlog. Jumping around on making some ice for the first time. It's the first time I've ever seen it. First time Scott's ever seen it. So. In his own shop, so we messed around with that. But I did this section. Scott says he's going to do the whole thing. I said we'll just do this for the pictures. That's really what I want to do. Just kind of play with it. I'll finish this little section here, but we're going to keep this car at the Dryce Dryce Days events that we're gonna be doing. So. It makes sense to kind of do this, even though I'm going to be taking this exhaust off the car. But back to dry ice cleaning. I want everything to look like this, and then we do need to do some hand cleaning, the final wipe down of everything as well. So I should be able to this afternoon, just in maybe just an hour or an hour and a half. I think I can finish because I've gotten to about here underneath the car, and so we'll finish. I want to hit these as well. But we'll finish. I want to see what kind of improvement I can do to the caliper. I'm gonna have to get in and turn the wheel, but I want to clean all this up so that way I can clean up all the threads because I'm going to bring the height up anyway. But all of this funk will be clean.
What did you just say?
I blew my nose
From us cleaning all the plastic?
I was present.
You were there, and you did help me hold it.
Yep.
I give you credit.
I'm a world-class assistant.
Oh, yes. Loving that.
Yeah, I mean, I had a few moments where I'm like, I'm not doing it right, this isn't working right. But I think I did an okay job. So I think our next step, well, we'll let Scott tell us what our next step is, but I think I get into, wiping things down. I don't know, he has a whole method. Maybe use some adhesive remover on some of these spots that I have a little extra that I couldn't get I blew some of the stickers off, some of them I left alone. I got rid of, there's like 57 different paint marker marks down here from all the different alignments. I got rid of all of that. Obviously this is gonna look beautiful when we have a new T321 stainless Dundon exhaust down here. It's gonna look great. Oh, I missed a spot here. God dang it. So I think Scott will probably go under here and follow my work here. We've got to wipe down all the plastic panels and all that stuff. So we're going to leave the car here next week, but for the Dryce days, that'll give me an opportunity to finish the G80 to sell if you want to buy it. So I'm assuming you're gonna, when I'm not looking, you're gonna come and fix all my work, okay?
100%.
We've been chatting about that.
So if you'll fix my work, and then, but we need a hand wipe, show the people what kind of hand work we need to do afterward. I like it. I feel like I'm used and abused. So I'll come back tomorrow. I planned on coming anyway. And I'm sure we'll waste half the day like we normally do. And then we'll get into something.
I am a bad influence.
Well, I didn't get here to get started at the crack of noon, so. All right, Scott, you want to explain your handwork process here?
Yeah, so we got the major contaminants off the plastic. We got the tar, the roadkill, grease, oil, everything off with the machines. And just like we talk about on the regular dry ice, you gotta get that film off, that last film. So we found the most success with using Blackmagic bleach white. It's like 40 years old. We've been using this stuff for 40 years. It was originally Wesley's bleach white for you old guys out there for cleaning white wall tires. It's just a great general all-purpose cleaner. So I've already done this but we just mist it on there. And we use these generic white erasers because they're really sharp edged. So if you need to get in somewhere, they're flexible and they get into places you wouldn't normally maybe get. And just go around, it's like super simple. Don't go crazy. Whatever you might miss with the white eraser, we'll finish up with the microfiber. And then once we're done, we put the panel on the car. We'll do a final clean, get fingerprints and stuff and put it on there. And we'll do a final wipe down, but I mean, this is literally, you're done, you eat off it. There have been occasions where we miss a chunk of tar or something like that, and we either get the Dryce machine out again and do it, or we just pop it off with a knife or a pick. But when you're doing the dry ice work, you kind of watch for that. You can see it, like a chunk of tar will show up in your spray. It'll turn white. And you can kind of see it, and you know to hit it a few times until it's gone. just not a big soap and water guy on this stuff, because then when we're done here, this thing's going to be dry. I don't have to worry about touching it up later.
I like your analogy the other day. You said people, like, because the argument would be, why would you do this? It's just going to get dirty. It's like, do you clean your butt, or what did you say?
Do you wipe after you go to the bathroom?
Right.
Why? Nobody sees it. What do you care?
Yeah, nobody sees it.
There we go. Flip it over and do the other side.
Yeah, this kind of stuff makes me happy. No, I'm not going to coat all this. If this was my, $400,000, 800-mile version, maybe. Even then, I don't think I'd do it. So we're going to work through all these fender liners and all that crap. And then the car, Scott's going to go fix all of my work. And my newbie work. It's kind of like, if I was teaching someone to polish, I'd have to go back and fix it. I think the axle lift thing may have worked. So I did it off camera, but I swapped the pressure switch on the axle lift. So I'm thinking that may be fixed. But remember, the thesis of this car, everybody always makes the comment, they just can't relate. I can't relate to them, but like the G80 going to Helen, well, it's just a rental. Or this car, it's just a giveaway. There's no such thing as that for me. There's no such thing as just a rental, just a giveaway. No, this is my car. I bought it. If I'm going to give it away, I'm giving away my car. So I need to go to whatever extent I would go on my own car is what I'm doing. So like the PPF on the car, is it good enough for me on my car? And I think it is, so I'm not going to replace it. Like if I was keeping this car for 6 years, I would leave the PPF alone. So I'm just going to polish it up. Like this, if this is my car, I wouldn't replace it. I'd just do what we're doing, just restore it. But, like the shifter was not good enough, so I replaced the shift boot and shift knob. But the steering wheel restoration is good enough, so I left that alone. So it's about making decisions, conscious decisions about not just blowing money. That's probably not a bad strategy if you owned a shop, which would be you have the guy go and do it, and then you have somebody go in and do the detail work afterwards.
That's what a lot of our guys are doing. Yeah.
Like tag team it, because you see different angles, and like if I had come back today, I would have gone the same angles that I did before, just out of habit.
There's something about two sets of eyes that makes a difference.
I'd also think if I had a shop, I would have like 3 guys, and I would just keep the thing running all day, and I would pass and do like hour shifts or something like that.
We have a few guys that have their shops.
Where they just roll through. But look how much more came off the car.
It's done.
So Scott spent the last hour and a half, 2 hours with fresh, clean ice that you saw from the homemade ice here, if you will. that hasn't made a trip down from Georgia and on a bunch of trucks, and went and did the sort of the detail work. So now off camera we'll wipe down the rest of the car.
Get the where the rubbers on the other fender well. There's places where the tires threw rubber up. We'll knock that off.
Work on that.
And TIG brush the rest of the exhaust.
Yeah, and so what we're going to do, so that's a wrap for this vlog series. What we're going to do is next week we're going to come back when the car is completely done after dry stays, and we're going to do a summary, like an 8 to 10 minute, the EDM dropped, real hipster before and after video. So we're going to do that, and we'll show you with all the plastics back on, with the wheels on, with the car back together. If I'm lucky, I can get my caliper sent quickly, and we can swap the calipers and get some real great shots. Make sure also we talked about the giveaway, so keep an eye out for that next week or so, and go to DryceNation.com or Dryce.com, right?
DryceNation.
Yeah, DryceNation.com. There's also a Patreon if you're interested in getting into this.
Yeah, Patreon.com/DryceMan.
The concept of the Patreon is to gather like-minded folks, both people doing it and thinking about doing it. And it's a group of guys that gets together regularly to discuss.
And gals.
Oh, there are actually a few girls in there?
We had Dryce cleaners full-time.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Gals.
That's a rarity that we have one girl watching this video right now.
And as
maybe
a
two.
matter of fact,
it's probably them.
The first Dryce Master Certified shop is a woman shop. She
awesome.
does the work.
So we go there, you can get trained up on how to do this. We can consult with you on air compressor, dryer, setup, all of that. This machine, I think you've sold, what, 6 or 7 of them, something like that?
6.
So 5 are coming in the first batch.
March.
And then
April,
we'll start rolling them in after that.
It's going to be a hot. We've had 3 of the 6 guys. How come you're not charging more for it? Not that I want to pay more.
Yeah. Well, what's the catch, right?
What's the catch? That's a common response, but this is the machine that everybody's been asking. They always want to do undercoating and underbody with the Evo 1, and it's just, you can, but it's like weed whacking your half-acre yard.
Yeah. That's what I was telling the guy I was just talking to. So yeah, I'm pumped for my car. I mean, anything that I do or am interested in is really selfishly for me, and then the byproduct is that in order to pay for that, hopefully I can sell you something. But the dry ice concept of buying a car like this and then bringing it up to a spec that I can live with is what it's all about. So stay tuned for that next video. Hit us up at obsessgarage.com. and DryceNation.com if you need help, need questions. Matt at ObsessGarage.com. What's your email, Scott?
ScottAles@gmail.
Yeah, Scott, ALES.
Like what you drink.
Yeah,
if you drink.
At Gmail. And if we're here, we're happy to help and chat with you about setting you up. But thanks for watching this series. Hope you enjoyed it. I'm pumped for my GT3 RS, and more videos coming. Check out the journal on Renlist, where I took like 1,000 photos. And I'll do a write-up on this on Renlist as well. And so check out that link in the description. Thanks for watching.